Bleach. How long it's been. 2 years ago I read the entire manga, watched the anime, and then we put out a video on it, and let's just say the reception was mixed. Was it worth all the time I put into making that video? No, but at least I got to read a really stellar manga. In the year of our Lord 2022, any weeb worth their salt knows that if there's one fandom that has been abused worse than a Hainiya and Osaka Danbar, that is the Bleach fandom. Yes, the chosen few who cling to a series that fell from grace, once a shining member of the Big Three, which ruled the pages of Jump through the naughty knots, reduced to an afterthought in the eyes of the mainstream. Bleach isn't even relevant enough for baby weebs rocking their My Hero Academia cosplay to complain about it the way they do about One Piece, Naruto, and Dragon Ball. But why is that? Is it just not fun anymore to tease the Bleach stans, or did people outside the community just forget? And if that's the case, how, after a full decade of nothing, is the Bleach anime finally getting finished? Is the diehard fanbase really that loud, or is something else going on? And more importantly, is it gonna be good? See, the thing that's important to remember is the fact that anime is far more mainstream than manga. It's been that way and continues to be that way despite readership rising quite a bit over the past couple years. Most people only know of Bleach through its original anime, which ran from 2004 to 2012, with a total of 366 episodes, many of which are filler. Now, we don't have to start a war over which of the big three have the most filler or the worst filler. I'm well aware of Naruto's weaker aspects, but what can't be denied is that One Piece is still going, Naruto's anime concluded, and then we got a sequel, but Bleach got canceled. That's a fact, and it was canceled because of low ratings. So why, after 10 years, is it back to wrap up the rest of its story? Especially an arc panned for being full of plot holes and messy story beats. Well, I got one word for you: Kubo. Out of the champion mangaka who created the big three, Kubo is my favorite. While Bleach was fun and inventive, as well as pretty culturally inclusive, which is kind of weird for manga, it was Kubo's touch that made it something I will never forget. His vision and artistry are second to none. Every chapter of Bleach bled with professionalism and exquisite paneling. However, during his latter years working on the manga, he fell physically and mentally ill, which is arguably the fate of all mangaka, especially prolific ones who are forced to run perpetually like a hamster on a wheel. Kubo is back. He wants to fix his work, and that's what he plans to do with this revival. So how is it so far? That's a good question. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, Mike here. I would love your attention real quick. This channel, Bonsai Pop, has always been a grassroots project supported by viewers just like you. Unfortunately, this year, we've ran into quite a few personal and professional setbacks, which resulted in some low views, which resulted in fewer eyes on our Patreon. People like us who make content just for you are heading into uncertain times this coming year. Sponsors are already pulling back, and the ones who aren't are paying far less than ever before. Ads, which run on content regardless of their monetization status, are going to be worth less for the foreseeable future. To be honest, we are nervous about the oncoming recession. Our highest priority is bringing you high quality content as often as possible, and through our Patreon, we offer a ton of bonuses, most of which being at our lowest tier and then of course rising from there. Many of us here on YouTube are headed for difficult times, but if you're an individual with a little bit to spare, we could really use your help. The response to our recent community post was very heartening, so thanks to everyone who reached out, but we have not reached our goal to begin hiring extra help again yet. So if you're interested in being part of something great and helping professional editors find work and get paid what they deserve, check out our Patreon and meet our awesome community. They will be more than happy to welcome you in, and so will we. So thanks for your time. Now let's talk about Bleach. The manga, which started in 2001, wrapped in 2016 after 15 years, peaking at second place for yearly sales in 2009 with 6,471,021 copies sold that year. However, it would eventually drop to 21st place by 2015 and finish its run at 17th place in 2016, which was a natural rise for the end of the story that usually happens. Now, the peak of sales happened during the major battles with the Arrancars and then continued to decline from there. So you should be asking why, and the answer is likely burnout. I know after that point, while I was reading the manga, I was looking for a change of pace, but the battles just seemed to go on and on and on. What's great though is that I don't gotta explain any of this shit to you, because if you're watching the new anime, you already know everything that's going on plot-wise, and I love that. So in that case, it would be prudent of me to talk about the original anime first. I have watched it, all of it, and though this hot-ass take has got me in trouble in the past, I didn't like it. There were parts I really liked, but overall, I didn't like it. The filler was super annoying and boring. The addition of those non-canon like little MMO minions they included made me mad every time they showed up. I didn't like the music. Yes, the theme music, those annoying ambient sounds that played during fights. Hated it. The animation quality was rough, there was little detail, environments were boring and empty. It just was not my cup of tea. If that pisses you off, then I don't know what to tell you. It's just my personal opinion. Maybe you shouldn't define yourself by a TV show. I don't know. Regardless, there was issues, and they were big enough to get the series canceled. Part of that was likely that Bleach fans were a little older than the Naruto nerds and the One Piece freaks, so when your core fan base is more mature than the content you're putting out, they're gonna get bored or turned off. Bleach is also difficult to jump into. Any long-running shonen is, but Bleach in particular has like 8 million characters that dress more or less the same and can get confusing if you're following the story and are likely completely unintelligible if you jump in halfway through. And all of this is unfortunate because I do want to reiterate how good the manga is. There's always going to be portions of a story that aren't as good as others, but the quality of the production of Bleach should never be in question. Kubo-san is a talented man who can seriously outdrip the drippiest dropper with his designs. Homeboy's covers and spreads still stick in my mind even if I've forgotten like half the story. Again, opinion, but his ability was never conveyed in the original anime, which to me felt bland and uninspired, especially as it continued forever and ever. But that was 10 years ago. Things have changed, audiences have changed, production and animation techniques have changed, but Bleach's studio, Period, has a, how you say, spotty track record. They've been around forever and put out some major hits, including Urusei Yatsura, Yu Yu Hakusho, and even Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, but they also put out crap like Black Clover, which goes from looking like a 4-year-old animated it to just being okay. So was I expecting much from the new Bleach? From the 1,000-year Blood War? Nope. I mean, Tyler and I decided to do this video before we even watched it, and I put it off as long as I could, which I now understand was a mistake, because this show is awesome. Yeah, it's really, really good. I mean, where do I even begin? I guess the start is a good place, right? Episode 1 begins pretty chill until the two noob Soul Reapers get hole punched by some big ass hollows. Then Ichigo and crew show up, and it's just, it feels triumphant. Like they're finally back, and the look is fantastic. For the first time in a long time, I felt some real nostalgia, and obviously not for the original anime, but just for the series as a whole. It felt like Bleach should have felt all along. It looks and sounds like Bleach should have all along. It was instantly clear that this was going to be a love letter to an abused fan base that deserved better than what they got. I can't say the same for the Sonic fan base.
Scenes with, okay, I mean that just, guys, this is a baby game for babies, I think. Are you trapped too? Would you like a My Pillow? It's just like, you know what the music in this game is? It's just like bad action movie trailer music.
But on the plus side, I've got plenty of room to run around.
Certainly have plenty of room to run around, Sonic. At least you have room to run around. Just in case you needed a reminder, guys, you have room to run around. Right? It can't be that bad.
They'll literally take anything at this point. It's kind of fucked up, honestly. But yeah, I was hyped. The stylized shots of the characters' faces, Orihime taking her final form as literal boobs with a body attached, the goofy classic shonen music pumping in the background, and Ichigo being cool like he should be. It was a great kickoff. And then it just didn't stop. I'm gonna be real with you, I didn't revisit before checking out the new series. I wanted to see if they were going to do some kind of exposition, remind you of the details from 10 years ago. Nope. If you don't remember, then f*** you. Thousand Year Blood War just goes right into it. This isn't a show to integrate new fans. This is a show for people who know Bleach and are ready for more. There is no pandering, no hand-holding, just, sorry it's been a bit, let's continue, shall we? I love that. The show knows who its audience is, and it isn't trying to prove itself or something. Nah, if you love Bleach, it's here for you. Maybe you're saying, well, obviously the series is going to have a good intro, that's how you hook people, and you're right, good for you. But it doesn't stop. I sat through the 6 episodes that are currently out, glued to the TV. Thousand Year Blood War is balls to the wall from word go, which is more than I can say for the manga that I've been praising this whole time. Kubo is involved and really wants this to be good, and it's obvious that the production team are with him. The pacing is truly non-stop, and can we talk about the violence? Like, there's some straight up berserkian scenes going on in this. I really don't remember the original anime being this brutal. Maybe I'm just remembering wrong, but so far this series has been an absolute bloodbath. But I guess that's what you get when the story revolves around genocidal Nazi wizards. Honestly, I was pretty interested in how they were going to handle the Quincy's, and the team has not disappointed. I think you're supposed to feel some kind of sympathy for them for getting genocided themselves in the past, but they were dicks then too. Practicing eugenics and stuff, putting the cycle of death and rebirth out of whack. Quincy's suck, but the anime has really brought them almost to the level of like Hellsing Nazis. The fights that took place in Hueco with Red Glasses Boy, whatever that guy is, who was just executing his prisoners, who's so good. Guy literally eats an Arrancar built out of like 3 people's arms and then turns into a giant, I don't know, Zangief. Also, I think this is a really good time to talk about the music, cause it's awesome. First of all, the OP is definitely a bop, and the visuals are great. I mean, the visuals are great all the way through the show. Like, the style and the tone, it's fantastic. Color palette is awesome. I mean, maybe you're not into the neon pink, but I think it's... I don't know what the stupid kids are saying these days. I think it's snatched, bro. I think it slaps hard, my fellow youth. But really, it reminds me of the late 2000s neon puke Hot Topic phase that ruled during the height of Bleach. And that's exactly what it should look like, because I'm pretty sure that Bleach fans are still working at Hot Topic. Anyway, as far as that ambient screechy crap that used to play during tense moments in fights, you know, the thing that I really complained about earlier and I complained about in my original video because I hate that sound, it's been totally remixed. And you know what? It sounds cool.
シュテルンリッターが3名も一体どうやって
どうもこうもねえよ
奪われた
グリマニュール動くな
隊長こいつらには刀が通らない
刀が通らない
シュテルンリッターが
The new remixes are awesome and turn that ear sound into a dope harmonic that works with whatever is going on sonically. I love it. I love that they're paying attention to what they're doing, that they've made something appropriate for the core audience of the series, something that isn't cutting corners for the kiddies or placating the majority. This is a passion project, and I really respect that. Even Tyler, who doesn't give a squirt or piss about Bleach, enjoyed what's out so far, and that's really saying something considering he doesn't really know the story too well either. And all of this is coming from someone who really does not like the original anime. So what are we left with? The characters look sleek, the fights are gorgeous, the dialogue is fantastic. That one scene where the guy with the ice cream cones talks about fear, it was perfection, man. The action is pretty non-stop, and the whole crew is here. Upgraded visuals, tone, sound, and Ichigo has not even shown up to save the day yet. It is brutal. Head Quincy guy, whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce, is a perfectly detestable bastard, just like blowing people's heads off with his fingies. I'm having fun. I'm actually really having fun with this. But Mike, you were so critical over Chainsaw Man and you loved that manga. Yes, I was. And also, like I mentioned in that video, hype plays a big part in how someone perceives a product. Like, I had a glimmer of hope for Sonic Frontiers, so when I started playing it, I immediately realized that it's a terrible, terrible game.
Are they dead? They fucking died, dude. music. It's terrible, dude. It's terrible.
But I had huge hopes for Chainsaw Man, so consider my early critiques simply that. Things I wasn't super stoked about and nothing more. I really am enjoying that anime. But Bleach, I had no horse in this race. But honestly, and I'm gonna be real, and I know it isn't fair considering Chainsaw Man has to establish itself, but so far, I can't believe I'm saying this, Bleach 1000 Year Blood War is better than Chainsaw Man. What? And don't even get me started on episode 6 when that Sakuga kicks into, that was some gorgeous animation. It was so good. Everything about those fights were rad. And yeah, okay, the CGI skeletons were a little wonk, but because they were so stylized and they matched that weird neon tone that they've been putting in, I was only taken back for like a second. So here I am, I've been singing the praises, I've been telling you how great it is. What's the drawback? I mean, you knew it was coming, and there is one. Massive, annoying, stupid, inexcusable setback to the new anime. It's only on Hulu and Disney Plus. What the fuck? You might as well give the show to Hitler and Satan. I hate those services. It honestly is really lame for people whose main source of entertainment is anime. Not having this series on Crunchyroll or High Dive means having to pay for a sub to Disney, who I refuse to give money to, or Hulu, who is my mortal enemy. You may not remember 2010, but I do. I just wanted to watch Family Guy, and 6 unskippable ads for a 20-minute television show from 10 years ago is inexcusable. I never forget, never forgive, Hulu. But if you can get past that, I highly recommend checking out the new Bleach. And I can't believe I'm saying that. Not only has it been given love and high quality treatment that the fans honestly deserve, those poor bastards, but it's a great ride. A brutal, bloody battle for the fate of the world. And what's more is that by checking it out, you're showing the industry that it's okay to revive series that didn't get to finish up their run. Series that may have dwindled out because of, I don't know, excuse X, Y, and Z. That there's still an audience out there for forgotten gems. Not that the original Bleach anime was a gem, but you know what I mean. And thanks to the new production for the new series, we get to see what Bleach could have been, what it should have been. And that, my friends, is a most excellent thing. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I recommend checking out more, maybe checking out our other Bleach video. And of course, above all else, perhaps check out our Patreon. Speaking of which, I would like to thank our high tier patron of the week, Meeple Puppet, and our lucky patron of the week, Swedish Samurai Cowboy. I'm Mike, this is Bonsai Pop. That's it, that's all. I will see you next time. Bye.